We often hear that the spiritual journey is a long one, filled with challenges and not always easy. It's a path that requires persistence, inner strength, and the ability to overcome obstacles that can sometimes feel overwhelming. Whether you're just beginning your spiritual journey or have been walking it for years, one thing is certain: the road can be tough. There will be times when you question your purpose, face doubts about your abilities, or feel like you've lost your way. It is during these times especially that the importance of faith and patience becomes apparent. Why are faith and patience necessary in the spiritual journey? Simply put, they are the two pillars that support us through the storms of uncertainty and challenge. Without faith, it becomes difficult to believe that the work we are doing is meaningful, or that the struggles we face will lead to spiritual growth. Without patience, we might give up too soon, unable to endure the long process of transformation and enlightenment. The spiritual journey is not one of immediate gratification. Instead, it requires a deep belief in the process and the willingness to continue walking even when the destination seems far off or invisible. But maintaining faith and patience can be incredibly difficult, especially when we encounter setbacks, confusion, or periods where we feel stuck in the same place. So, how do we maintain these crucial qualities during our journey? How can we cultivate faith in ourselves, our path, and the higher forces that guide us, especially when we can't see the results right away? And how do we foster patience, particularly in moments of frustration or doubt, when it feels like we are not making progress? In this video, we will explore the role of faith and patience in the spiritual journey, examining how these qualities play an essential part in our growth and development. We will also delve into how we can nurture both faith and patience, even in the face of uncertainty, and discuss practical ways to apply them in our everyday lives. From understanding how faith connects us to our higher selves and the universe, to learning how patience can help us weather the ups and downs of spiritual awakening, we will look at how these two key elements can transform our experience of the spiritual path. Faith is not just about belief in something outside ourselves. It's about trusting in the process of life, even when it doesn't seem to make sense in the moment. It's about believing that there is a greater purpose behind our struggles, and knowing that eventually, everything will fall into place, even if we can't see the full picture right now. Faith is what helps us keep going when we face difficulties, reminding us that everything we are experiencing is part of a larger, divine plan. Similarly, patience is about understanding that the process of spiritual growth takes time. It's easy to want instant results, to want to achieve enlightenment or inner peace quickly. But the reality is that true transformation takes time and effort. Patience allows us to stay grounded, even when it feels like we're not making progress. It helps us trust that, step by step, we are becoming the people we are meant to be. Through patience, we learn to accept the present moment as it is, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. By nurturing both faith and patience, we empower ourselves to stay on the path, no matter how long or difficult it may seem. It's about having the courage to continue forward, even when things seem uncertain or when the path becomes unclear. These two qualities, when combined, allow us to trust in our own spiritual process, let go of our attachment to outcomes, and develop a deeper connection to the universe or the divine. In this video, we'll explore how we can cultivate faith in ourselves and the universe, and develop patience as we navigate the ups and downs of our spiritual journeys. We will look at practices, insights, and reflections that can help nurture these essential qualities, allowing us to move forward with grace and trust in the process. If you find this topic interesting and want to learn more about the importance of faith and patience, don't forget to hit like, share the video, and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss out on more profound spiritual content. We're excited to share this journey with you, and we hope you gain deeper insight and inspiration for your own path. Faith is the foundation of every spiritual journey. It's the belief in ourselves, in the path we're walking, and in the values we are pursuing. Faith is what carries us through times of doubt, uncertainty, and challenge. It is the inner conviction that, even when the way is unclear, we are still moving in the right direction, and that there is a purpose behind the experiences we go through. But faith isn't always easy to come by, especially during challenging times. When life presents us with obstacles, doubts begin to creep in, and it can feel difficult to trust the process. It's easy to lose faith when we don't see the results we expect, when things don't unfold the way we hoped, or when we feel like we're not progressing on our path. But faith is precisely what helps us persevere through those moments. It is the strength that keeps us going, even when we can't see what lies ahead. In this section, we will explore the role of faith in the spiritual journey and why it's essential for progress. We'll look at how faith in ourselves, in the universe, and in the face of challenges can help us move forward on our path of personal growth and spiritual enlightenment. Whether you're just beginning your journey or have been walking it for years, faith is the thread that holds everything together, allowing us to keep moving toward our higher purpose. One of the first places faith must reside is within ourselves. On the spiritual journey, believing in our ability to change and grow is crucial. Without faith in ourselves, the path becomes incredibly difficult. Spiritual growth is not an easy or linear process. We are constantly evolving, confronting our fears, healing from past wounds, and striving to align with a higher purpose. At times, we may feel stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure of whether we are on the right path. This is when self-faith becomes most important. Faith in ourselves is the belief that we are capable of overcoming obstacles and evolving into the person we are meant to be. It is the trust that, no matter how difficult the road may be, we have the strength, resilience, and wisdom to navigate it. Without this belief in our own potential, it is easy to succumb to doubt, fear, and self-criticism, which can paralyze us and prevent us from moving forward. Faith in oneself is not about perfection or always having the answers, but rather trusting that, even in moments of uncertainty, we have the ability to learn, adapt, and grow. Believing in ourselves allows us to take the necessary steps toward change, even when we don't have a clear map of the journey. It gives us the courage to face our inner struggles, to confront our limitations, and to grow beyond them. Without this internal faith, it is too easy to give up or remain stagnant. But with faith in ourselves, we can embrace the challenges we face and turn them into opportunities for growth. We begin to see setbacks not as failures, but as lessons that will ultimately lead us closer to our true selves. Another essential aspect of faith on the spiritual journey is faith in the universe or a higher power. Many spiritual paths emphasize the importance of trust in a higher force, whether it's God, the universe, or a divine source. This type of faith is about trusting that there is a guiding force behind our lives, one that is always supporting, directing, and helping us, even when we can't fully see or understand it. Faith in the universe or a higher power provides us with peace and confidence. It helps us let go of the need to control everything and gives us the reassurance that things are unfolding as they should. It is the belief that, while we may not always know exactly where we're headed, we are being guided by a force greater than ourselves. This can bring a profound sense of relief, knowing that we don't have to navigate the journey alone. There's a sense of comfort in the understanding that we are part of something larger, something meaningful, and that the challenges we face are part of a greater plan designed for our growth and evolution. Trusting in a higher power doesn't mean we are passive in our journey, but rather that we are active participants who trust that the universe is working in our favor. This kind of faith allows us to move through life with more ease and less fear. When we face difficult situations, instead of feeling overwhelmed, we can surrender to the process, trusting that we are exactly where we need to be. Faith in a higher power is what helps us maintain perspective, knowing that, even in the darkest moments, there is a greater purpose at work, guiding us to where we need to go. One of the most challenging aspects of faith is maintaining it when faced with adversity. When we encounter difficulties or setbacks, it's natural to question our path and wonder if we are on the right track. In these moments, faith is tested the most. It's easy to feel discouraged when things aren't going the way we expected, or when our efforts don't seem to lead to immediate results. But faith is what helps us keep going, even when we can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Faith in things unseen is crucial during these times. It's the ability to trust that even though we don't know exactly what's coming next, something good is unfolding behind the scenes. It's the belief that, no matter how difficult the current situation is, we are still on the path we are meant to be on. When we have faith in the spiritual process, we understand that there is always something to be learned from every challenge. Each difficulty presents an opportunity for growth, healing, and greater self-awareness. Without faith, it's easy to lose hope and give up. But with faith, we are able to persevere, knowing that everything is part of the bigger picture. During times of hardship, faith becomes the anchor that keeps us grounded. It's the reminder that our struggles are not meaningless, but that they are shaping us, preparing us for what's to come. It is through our challenges that we build resilience, wisdom, and strength. Faith allows us to face these challenges head-on, knowing that we are capable of overcoming them, and that, in time, we will emerge stronger and more aligned with our true purpose. Do you believe in your ability to change and grow spiritually? Have you experienced moments of doubt or difficulty where your faith helped you push through? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to continue exploring interesting spiritual topics. Your experiences may inspire others who are going through similar struggles on their own spiritual journey. Stay tuned for more content on the importance of faith and its role in our personal and spiritual growth. Patience is just as important as faith in the spiritual journey. It's easy to focus on faith as the driving force behind our spiritual progress. But without patience, that faith can waver when things don't unfold as quickly or as clearly as we expect. In the fast-paced world we live in, we often wish to see immediate results, particularly when it comes to our personal growth and spiritual development. The desire for instant gratification can be hard to overcome, especially when we are striving for something as profound as spiritual enlightenment. We want to feel the change, see the progress, and experience the transformation right away. However, the spiritual path is not always quick, and often it is anything but straightforward. The process of growth, healing, and enlightenment requires time, effort, and the ability to endure moments of doubt and uncertainty. Patience plays a pivotal role in helping us maintain our faith and not give up when the road seems long or when results are not immediately visible. It teaches us that growth, though it may take time, is just as important as the final destination. In this section, we will explore how patience helps us along our spiritual journey, how it aids in the process of change, learning, and growth, and why it is essential to cultivate patience not only in our spiritual lives, but also in our everyday lives. One of the most significant challenges on the spiritual journey is accepting that change doesn't happen overnight. The spiritual path is a long and often slow process. While we may feel inspired or motivated to change, we might not always see the immediate results of our efforts. The deeper aspects of spiritual growth often require a long period of inner work, shedding old beliefs, healing deep-seated wounds, and unlearning patterns of behavior that no longer serve us. This process of transformation can be slow, and it often feels as though nothing is happening, even when we're doing the work. Patience is key to this process. It helps us keep going when we don't see clear changes in ourselves or in our lives. Without patience, it's easy to become discouraged and think that we're not making progress, especially when results are not immediate. But the reality is that growth takes time, and sometimes it is happening beneath the surface in ways that are not immediately visible. Patience allows us to trust that the work we're doing now will pay off in the future, even if we don't see the tangible results right away. The process of change on the spiritual path is often akin to planting a seed and waiting for it to grow. At first, the seed is buried in the soil, and we may see no outward signs of life. But over time, as we nurture it and provide it with the right conditions, it begins to sprout and grow. Similarly, our spiritual journey may begin quietly, with subtle shifts in our mindset, energy, and consciousness. These shifts often take time to manifest in more visible or external ways, and patience is what helps us endure the waiting period. It teaches us to trust in the process and remain committed to the path, even when we don't immediately see the fruits of our labor. The spiritual journey is not just about achieving a particular goal or destination. It is about continuous learning and growth. Along the way, we will face challenges, periods of stagnation, and moments when we feel stuck. Spiritual growth doesn't always move in a straight line. There are ups and downs, and often it feels like we are taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. These moments of feeling stuck or not making progress can be frustrating, especially when we are eager to move forward and experience the next stage of our journey. Patience plays a critical role in overcoming these obstacles. It is during these moments of stagnation that our patience is truly tested. Rather than giving in to frustration or discouragement, patience allows us to continue learning and growing, even when it feels like we're not getting anywhere. It teaches us to trust that even in periods of stillness, there is valuable inner work happening. Sometimes the greatest growth comes not in the moments of rapid change, but in the quiet times when we're doing the unseen work of reflection, integration, and healing. In these periods, patience helps us to maintain our commitment to our spiritual path. It reminds us that the journey itself is the reward, not just the end goal. Every challenge, every setback, and every moment of difficulty is an opportunity for growth. Patience teaches us to embrace the process of learning, to remain open to the lessons life presents, and to trust that growth will come, even if it doesn't arrive in the way or on the timeline we expect. Patience also encourages us to let go of our attachment to outcomes. When we are constantly focused on the result, whether it's reaching a state of peace, achieving enlightenment, or manifesting our desires, we can lose sight of the journey. Patience helps us to stay present and engaged with each moment, rather than fixating on when we will arrive. The path itself is where the transformation occurs, and patience allows us to fully experience and appreciate the unfolding of our spiritual lives, even when we can't predict where it will lead. Patience is not only necessary on the spiritual journey, it is equally important in our everyday lives. In our fast-paced world, we are often conditioned to expect quick results and immediate gratification. We want things to happen now, and when they don't, it's easy to become frustrated. But patience is a practice that can benefit us in all areas of our lives, not just in our spiritual growth. In fact, cultivating patience in everyday life can have a profound impact on our overall well-being. There are many moments in life where we are forced to wait, whether it's waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for healing to take place, or waiting for things to fall into place. In these moments, patience allows us to find peace with the process. It helps us navigate life's uncertainties with grace and without feeling overwhelmed. We learn that not everything has to happen right now, and that some of the best things take time to unfold. Being patient with ourselves is equally important. On the spiritual path, we often place a lot of pressure on ourselves to change quickly or to be perfect. However, perfection is an illusion, and patience teaches us to accept ourselves as we are, flaws and all. It allows us to honor our progress, no matter how small, and to be kind to ourselves during difficult times. Practicing patience with ourselves is a form of self-compassion that helps us avoid self-criticism and instead embrace our humanity. Patience with others is also essential. Relationships, personal growth, and healing all require time, and often people around us are on their own journeys that might not always align with ours. Practicing patience with others allows us to create deeper connections, allowing both parties to grow at their own pace. It teaches us that everyone is on their unique journey, and it is important to honor that process without rushing or forcing anyone to change before they are ready. Have you ever struggled with patience on your spiritual journey? How do you maintain patience when things seem to stagnate? Share your story in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to keep exploring more fascinating spiritual topics. Your experiences may provide valuable insights for others on their own spiritual journeys, helping them cultivate patience and stay committed to their path. Stay tuned for more content on spiritual growth, and let's continue to grow together on this path of self-discovery. To develop and maintain faith and patience, we need specific practices. Both of these essential qualities are foundational to the spiritual journey, yet they don't always come naturally, especially when we are faced with difficult or uncertain times. Just as physical health requires regular exercise and mindfulness, spiritual health demands consistent practices that help nurture our inner growth and strength. In this section, we will explore practical ways to nurture and keep both faith and patience alive in our spiritual journey. Whether you're looking to strengthen your trust in yourself, in the universe, or simply looking to build more resilience when things seem tough, these practices can guide you toward greater spiritual alignment. Faith and patience are not static. They are dynamic qualities that require attention and intentionality. With each step we take on our spiritual journey, we need to reaffirm our belief in the process, trust in ourselves, and allow the unfolding of life to happen naturally. The practices we explore in this section are meant to support us in this work, helping us cultivate a mindset of trust, calm, and acceptance, even in the face of uncertainty. Now let's dive into 3 key practices that can help us develop and maintain faith and patience on our path. Meditation and mindfulness are 2 of the most powerful tools for cultivating faith and patience. Meditation allows us to slow down, connect with our inner selves, and quiet the noise of the world around us. In a world filled with distractions and constant demands, it's easy to lose sight of the spiritual journey and feel overwhelmed by life's challenges. Meditation offers a peaceful space where we can tune out the external and focus on the present moment. When we meditate, we create an opportunity to reconnect with our core beliefs and values. In doing so, we reaffirm our faith in the spiritual process. The act of sitting in silence, focusing on the breath, and allowing thoughts to come and go, teaches us to trust the journey of our mind and spirit. Just as we allow thoughts to arise and dissolve in meditation, we can learn to let go of anxieties and fears in life, trusting that all is unfolding as it should. Meditation fosters an inner peace that strengthens our ability to believe in ourselves, in the universe, and in the process of growth and change. Moreover, meditation helps cultivate patience by teaching us to accept things as they are. In life, we often wish for things to change immediately, whether it's our emotional state, a situation in our lives, or our spiritual progress. Meditation invites us to sit with what is, no matter how uncomfortable or difficult, and trust that everything is part of the natural flow of life. This practice reinforces the idea that change takes time, and there is value in embracing the present moment, even when it feels like nothing is moving forward. Mindfulness, an extension of meditation, can be practiced in daily life. It involves bringing our full attention to the present moment without judgment, whether we are washing dishes, walking in nature, or having a conversation. By practicing mindfulness, we cultivate a deep sense of presence and appreciation for the here and now. This helps us stay grounded in our faith as we learn to trust that each moment is an opportunity for growth. Mindfulness also teaches us patience by encouraging us to let go of the desire to rush through life and instead savor the process of being. Gratitude is another essential practice that helps us maintain both faith and patience. When we cultivate gratitude, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. In the context of the spiritual journey, this practice allows us to acknowledge the progress we've made, no matter how small it may seem. It helps us see the value in every experience, including the struggles and challenges, and reminds us that each step is part of a larger, meaningful journey. When we are grateful for what we have and the small progress we make, it strengthens our faith in our growth. It helps us recognize that even when we don't see immediate results, we are still making progress. Gratitude fosters a mindset of abundance, where we can appreciate the blessings in our lives, even during difficult times. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we create space for more faith to flourish. We learn to trust that everything we need is already within us or coming to us in the right time. Gratitude also plays a crucial role in cultivating patience. When we are grateful for the present moment and the lessons it offers, we are less likely to rush or force things. Gratitude teaches us to be patient with ourselves and with the process of change. It reminds us that every moment, every experience is part of our growth, and that we don't need to hurry to reach the next stage of the journey. The more we practice gratitude, the more we come to appreciate the process of life itself, and this leads to greater patience in waiting for the results of our efforts. Gratitude is also a powerful tool for overcoming self-doubt and fear. When we are feeling stuck or uncertain about our path, taking a moment to reflect on what we're grateful for can help us reconnect with our purpose and gain perspective. It shifts our focus from frustration to appreciation, allowing us to trust the unfolding of our spiritual journey with more patience and faith. Another essential practice for maintaining faith and patience is connecting with a spiritual community. A community of like-minded individuals who share similar spiritual goals can provide tremendous support, encouragement, and guidance on the journey. While the spiritual path is deeply personal, it can be incredibly helpful to have others who understand and support you along the way. A A spiritual community offers a sense of belonging, helping us feel that we are not alone in our struggles and triumphs. When we face challenges or moments of doubt, a spiritual community can help us maintain our faith. Being surrounded by people who share the same values and beliefs can remind us that the spiritual journey is not only about individual growth, but also about connection and support. These communities provide a space for open discussion, shared experiences, and mutual encouragement, which helps us stay grounded in our faith and belief in the process. A spiritual community also helps nurture patience by reminding us that everyone's journey unfolds at its own pace. Just as we must be patient with ourselves, we must also be patient with others. Seeing the growth and progress of others can be inspiring, helping us trust that our own spiritual journey is progressing at the right pace. Moreover, the support and wisdom offered by the community can help us navigate challenges with greater ease, reinforcing our patience and belief that all things will unfold in their due time. Additionally, a spiritual community often provides opportunities for shared practices such as group meditation, prayer, or rituals that reinforce faith and patience. Being part of such practices creates a sense of unity and collective purpose, helping us strengthen our own spiritual connection and maintain our commitment to the journey. When we are surrounded by others who are also dedicated to spiritual growth, it becomes easier to stay focused, patient, and faithful to the process. What methods do you use to maintain your faith and patience in your spiritual journey? Do you have specific practices that help you stay grounded and focused, even during challenging times? Share them in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to explore more spiritual lessons. Your insights may help others find new ways to nurture their own faith and patience as they walk their path. Let's continue to learn and grow together on this journey of spiritual discovery. We've explored the importance of faith and patience in the spiritual journey, from believing in ourselves and trusting in higher powers to maintaining patience through life's challenges. Both of these elements are crucial to overcoming obstacles and making steady progress along our path. Faith provides us with the confidence to move forward, even when we can't see the next step. Our patience helps us endure the process, knowing that growth and transformation take time. In the spiritual journey, it's easy to become disheartened when things don't unfold as quickly or as clearly as we hope. But faith and patience are the anchors that help us weather the storms and keep moving forward. Faith isn't about always knowing what will happen or how things will turn out, but about trusting that we are on the right path, that the universe or divine force is guiding us, and that every experience is part of a larger process of personal and spiritual growth. Patience, on the other hand, helps us accept that the journey is not linear and that some of the most significant transformations happen quietly, beneath the surface, or over a long period of time. It allows us to stay connected to our purpose and to embrace the pace of the journey, even when it feels slow or when results are not immediate. Together, faith and patience form a powerful combination that enables us to continue our spiritual work, to learn and to grow, regardless of the challenges that come our way. By nurturing both qualities, we open ourselves to deeper wisdom, inner peace, and a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. These elements empower us to overcome fear, doubt, and frustration, allowing us to stay true to our path and trust that, eventually, we will arrive at the place we are meant to be. The spiritual journey is not an easy one, but with faith and patience, we can overcome every obstacle and reach enlightenment. These qualities are not just for the moments when things are going well, they are especially essential when we face hardship, doubt, or confusion. Faith and patience are the tools that help us navigate these times, reminding us that growth is not always instantaneous, but always worth the effort. By being patient with ourselves, with the process, and with the timing of life, we allow ourselves the space to grow at our own pace. When we trust in the divine timing of the universe, and trust in our own ability to transform, we begin to experience the spiritual growth we seek. The journey may be long, but it is meaningful, and each step we take, no matter how small, brings us closer to the wisdom, peace, and enlightenment we are destined to discover. So, be patient and always trust in yourself. The universe will guide you to where you need to be, and with faith and patience, you will continue to evolve and reach your highest potential. Thank you for watching this video. If you found the content helpful, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more deep spiritual content. We are grateful to have you with us on this journey, and we look forward to exploring more spiritual topics together. See you in the next video.